So I was looking on Twitter yesterday for something to make a video on, and just as I was about to go to sleep with nothing, I see Jake Paul trying to... I hate politics, so my vocabulary is going to be shit, but basically presidential candidates who know they aren't going to get elected are using Jake Paul to endorse them. That wasn't even a political term. I think I'm just retarded. But I see this tweet that made Jake... As you can see, but I see this tweet that Jake Paul made that says, Vivek is right. If he or any other president wants to beat Trump or Biden, they need the youth. It might be a shock to y'all that most 18 to 20 year olds don't use this platform, let alone care about politics. What the fuck is he talking about? Twitter is mainly used by 18 to 28 year olds. Literally 18 to 28 year olds are more than half their users. Talk about picking the right influencer to back you up, you might as well have just picked Daniel Larson. At least they call him Mr. President. But he continues with, we need our youth to vote and identify with a president. How does the youth, who mainly uses social to interact, identify with a president who isn't personally operating their social and is relatable to them? I want my audience to understand the importance of this election. Well, understanding you is going to be a first challenge. Let me read that to you again and just see how much sense that makes. How does the youth identify with a president who isn't personally operating their social and is relatable to them? Yeah, because this is way better than having a team who actually knows what they're doing make your TikToks. And who has ever called social media just social? That makes him sound even more stupid. That's like calling... Hold on, I got this. That's like calling Burger King just burger. It's like, do you want to do something with your life, or do you just want to work at Burger for the rest of eternity? Also, why did he choose to capitalize vote, identify, and how? This whole theme is to get the youth to vote more? Why did he choose those words? This is one of those things, like I said, where you have someone write this for you, because nowhere in my years of service have I heard Jake Paul make any valid political statement. He ends the tweet by saying, I am the most followed American athlete on TikTok and command legions of American fans to engage and enact. Someone could be an amazing candidate with amazing policies, but if they can't get into office, it doesn't matter. And is that someone you're talking about? The guy who 80% of Americans aren't going to vote for because they can't even pronounce his name? Obama was a step in the right direction, but we can't go from black to a fucking Bollywood takeover. The women haven't even had their chance yet. And you can tell that Jake was paid for this or promised something, or like there was some incentive for him making this post, because if he did this himself, you would have known that the youth voting and fucking M. Night Shyamalan over here don't go together. Right now, you have to be 18 to vote. That's basically all that's required. You can turn 18 and put fucking Satan on your ballot sheet and the government would have to count it. Slumdog Millionaire wants to have it to where unless you pass a civics test, the same test people take to become an American citizen or perform 6 months of military or first responder service, then you have to wait until you're 25 to vote. Get this motherfucker off the ballot sheet ASAP. I hate politics with a burning passion, but even I know that is one of the dumbest fucking ideas I have ever heard a presidential candidate suggest. This guy is campaigning for the youth to vote for him, and then if you guys get him elected, y'all won't even be able to vote for him the second time because y'all couldn't pass a fucking civics test. Imagine you live in America for your whole 18 years, and then some piece of shit is wanting you to take a test on something a fucking refugee is asked to take. Unless you're gay for history, remembering which Native American tribe, which by the way they say American Indian, which is like, are y'all saying we're the American version of India? But remembering which one of these tribes lives amongst us is not something we know off top, or is even something we want to research to know off top. And good luck telling kids they're gonna have to pass a test to vote. They're smart enough to know that's a stupid idea, knowing it's going to go into effect after you get elected. If you even do. Also, you know this guy wants to use our military to annihilate Mexican drug cartels? Someone let this guy know how hard it was to just get El Chapo into the United States, let alone us trying to annihilate the empire he started. Mexico is 70% corrupt. Someone tell this grown-up Sanjay to shut up and play with his Craig. Because if you want to reach out to the youth and you started with Jake Paul, you already fucked up. Maybe if you ran for president about 4 years ago and did a collab with him, it would have been a banger. But all of Jake Paul's fans grew up and realized that he's an entertainer and not someone who they should be taking voting advice from. Letting Jake convince you on who to vote for is like letting someone who's obese tell you what to eat. You're better off just making your own decisions if this is who's going to be giving you your information.
Good guy wins, bad guy loses.
But yeah guys, don't take any political advice from me, but do keep in mind that someone who knows little to nothing about politics even knows that what Vivek wants to do is not necessarily a step in the wrong direction, but it's not forward. It's more like to the sides. Here's a tip. How about you get Charlie D'Amelio instead and you guys do the classic renegade dance together? I bet you if you do that, every girl from ages 8 to 16 will study the fuck out of that civics test to make sure you do another TikTok dance and not whatever the fuck this is.